Do you actually know what your dog is thinking when you look deep into their eyes? You're sitting on the sofa, your best friend is right there, and you lean in for a moment. You gaze into those big, soulful eyes, thinking you're sharing a wordless, "I love you." You think you're bonding. But behind those eyes, there is a biological software running that most owners completely misread. While you're looking for a soul connection, your dog's survival brain might be frantically trying to figure out why their safe base has suddenly turned into a threat. Most owners believe that eye contact is the universal language of love. But in the animal world, a direct, prolonged stare is something else entirely. It's a challenge. If you keep locking eyes without knowing the silent rules, you might unknowingly be breaking the very trust your dog has spent years building with you. Today we are diving into the eye contact myth. We're going to explore the stare-down instinct, the secret power of the slow blink, and how the science of secure attachment explains why your dog is actually waiting for you to look away. Once you understand the invisible handshake happening in your dog's pupils, you will never look at them, or your bond, the same way again. 1. The challenge instinct, a world without blinks. To understand why eye contact is so high stakes, we have to look at the wild ancestors of our pets. In the wild, a prolonged stare between two animals is what happens right before a fight. It is a test of dominance, a claim over territory, and a refusal to back down. Think about what happens when your dog sees a stranger or a squirrel. They lock on. They go still. Their pupils dilate. They are gathering data on a potential threat. When you do that to your dog, you are triggering that same ancient survival response. A study published in the journal Animal Cognition found that pets, including cats, but increasingly seen in canine studies, will actively avoid eye contact with people who stare at them directly. They aren't being moody or distant. They are trying to de-escalate the tension. They are sitting there wondering why the person who feeds them and protects them has suddenly become unpredictable and unsafe. By gazing into their eyes for too long, you are unintentionally violating their physical autonomy. You are asking them to endure a sensory challenge that their biology tells them is dangerous. To your dog, a stare with no blink isn't a hug, it's a confrontation. 2. The slow blink ritual, the real language of love. So, if staring is a challenge, how should you look at your dog? The answer lies in a tiny 3-second gesture that researchers at the University of Sussex call the cat kiss. Or, for our purposes, the soft gaze. Have you ever caught your dog looking at you from across the room and then slowly closing their eyes? That is one of the most intentional acts of trust they will ever perform. In the wild, closing your eyes in front of another being is the ultimate vulnerability. It means, I trust you enough to go blind for a second. I don't see you as a threat. When your dog does this, they are offering you a social handshake. They are checking to see if the environment is safe. But here is where most owners unknowingly mess up. They see the blink, they smile, and then they keep staring with wide eyes. In dog language, that response is a betrayal of the vulnerability they just offered. What your dog is waiting for is for you to blink back. The same rhythm. The same soft gaze. When you return that slow blink, you are speaking their native language. You are telling them, you're safe. You're loved. You're home. Before we jump into this secure base, and why your dog stares at you while you sleep, if you're realizing right now that your cuddly gazes might actually be a source of stress, hit that like button and subscribe. It helps us reach more owners who want to understand the silent rules their dogs expect them to follow. 3. This secure base, why they look at you first. If staring is a challenge, why does your dog stare at you so much? You're walking to the kitchen and they're watching you. You're sitting on the couch and you look up to find them staring from across the room. This isn't a challenge, this is attachment theory in action. A landmark 2019 study from Oregon State University confirmed that pets form genuine attachment bonds with their owners that mirror the bond between a human infant and their mother. In this relationship, you are the safe base. When your dog stares at you, they are checking in. They are monitoring your body language, your breathing, and your vocal identity to see if the world is still secure. They are looking for predictability. Because your dog sees you as an equal presence in their colony, they look to you to see how they should handle stress. If you are calm and looking away, they can relax. But if they look at you for reassurance and find you staring back with intense, unblinking eyes, their stress markers spike. They feel the unpredictable human syndrome kicking in, and they might withdraw or flinch because they can no longer find the safety they were looking for. 4. Vocal identity, adding the safe voice to the look. One of the most powerful ways to bridge the eye contact gap is by using your voice. Research from the University of Paris found that pets are significantly more engaged and alert when their owners use short, soft, and slightly higher-pitched phrases. When you look at your dog, even for a second, and combine that look with your safe voice, you are creating an invisible layer of protection. You are telling their nervous system, it's okay. We're together. I'm not a threat. This low-energy narration is a form of parallel presence, the act of being in the same space without demanding interaction. Think about how bonded dogs and cats interact. They don't stare into each other's faces all day. They sit a few feet apart, looking in the same direction, simply sharing the air. When you sit near your dog, use your soft voice and offer a slow blink without reaching out to pet them, you are giving them the highest form of love. You are saying, I don't need anything from you, I just like being here with you. This builds a bond that is 10 times stronger than any forced eye contact could ever be. 5. The sleep stare, the secret act of devotion. Does your dog ever stare at you while you're asleep? You wake up in the middle of the night and there they are, sitting perfectly still, looking at your face. It's a little creepy, right? But behind that creepy stare is a selfless act of protection. Predators, even pampered house dogs, understand that sleep is a state of total vulnerability. In their ancient code, someone has to be the bodyguard. When your dog stares at your sleeping face, they are performing a wellness check. They are feeling for the rise and fall of your breath and monitoring the room for threats. They are taking a post because their safe base, you, is temporarily offline. Behaviorists using low-light cameras have observed that pets will often sit beside their sleeping owners and slow blink at their faces. They are expressing love and trust to someone they know won't see it. They aren't doing it for a treat or a reaction. They are doing it because in the dark, in the silence, you are still their entire world. Conclusion: the choice to look away. The next time you're tempted to lean in and stare into your dog's eyes for a moment of love, pause. Understand that for your dog, home isn't just a place where they get fed. It's a place where they should feel powerful, calm, and respected. By choosing to look away, by offering a slow blink, and by using your soft voice, you are following the unspoken rules they've been waiting for you to learn. When you give your dog the power to look away without being chased, you are making it safe for them to choose to stay. You are moving your relationship from obligation to genuine preference. Your dog doesn't need you to be a master who stares them down. They need you to be the secure base who understands their silent language. If this video changed the way you're going to look at your dog tonight, tell me in the comments. Do you think your dog has been waiting for a slow blink back? And if you want to learn more about the things you might be doing that are quietly hurting your dog's trust, check out our video on everyday habits right here. Because understanding them is the deepest form of trust. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.